You are about to set off on the wonderful, sometimes not so wonderful, journey that is full IB. Now, you've probably heard a lot of good and bad things about full IB, so here is a survival guide to help you get through it. IB requires you to do a lot of things, such as the OC, OP, CAS, TOK, EE, IAs, HIs, and SL and HL classes. And although this does seem like a lot, you have 2 years to do it, and there are people there to help support and guide you every step of the way. Now, if you are a full diploma kid, you are going to have to take a class called TOK, or Theory of Knowledge. And while in this class, you'll become very familiar with 2 of the main concepts, which are areas of knowledge and ways of knowing. The areas of knowledge are history, natural sciences, human sciences, ethics, art, math, indigenous knowledge systems, and religious knowledge systems, while the ways of knowing are language, memory, emotion, reason, intuition, imagination, faith, and sense perception. Pretty much the ways of knowing help us in areas of knowledge so that we can better understand why we know what we know. If TOK has taught me anything, as a knower, I now have learned that people handle things differently, they grasp things differently based upon their strengths and weaknesses in the areas of knowledge and ways of knowing, as well as they learn differently. Not everyone learns the same way, and because of this, it is important to realize how you handle, grasp, and learn things in order to have success. And not everyone can be good at everything. For example, I suck at math, but I'm pretty good at human sciences. And that's just something that I've learned. So learning who I am as a knower has made me more aware of what my strengths and weaknesses are academically. Now, some people ask, what are the benefits of being full IB? There are many benefits academically, socially, and developmentally. Now, the most obvious benefit is probably that it prepares you for college. Now, every class is probably going to say that they prepare you for college, but there's no better way to prepare than being full IB. Full IB requires you to take SL and HL classes, and I'm not going to lie, they are hard, but being full IB really made me appreciate my easy classes more. And full IB has definitely pushed me to my limits and encourages me to think independently. Also, I have become more culturally aware because of IB, and let's be honest, it looks really good on resumes. Now, full IB stands for International Baccalaureate, which means that if you get the diploma, this is known worldwide and people will know what you're talking about. So it is an international qualification that you can use anywhere in the world. And my favorite part of IB is on the IB test, sometimes you can get a 50%, which will equal a 4, and 4 means you passed. So even if you don't do so hot on the test, you can still pass the class. Now, what has helped me through my journey of being full IB? I've had several experiences, I've been given a lot of wisdom, I've had people who have helped me along the way, and I have learned some great techniques and strategies that has helped me succeed as a full IB student. May, my junior year, I remember in the hallway seeing 2 girls hugging after taking their last IB test, and I remember thinking to myself that this will all be worth it someday because I'll be able to hug my best friends and say, I'm done. Another person who has really pushed me to get my IB diploma is my sister, because I remember just 4 years earlier I came home to her crying, tears of joy after she learned that she got her IB diploma. This made me want to experience those same tears of joy once I received my IB diploma. Now I'm going to share some quotes that have really helped me through the past 2 years. The one that I think about all the time is just take it one day at a time. Sometimes that's all you can do. If you have a bad day, just get through that day. Go to bed, wake up, and make the best of the next day ahead of you. Another quote I think about a lot is don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done. Full IB isn't easy, and if you stopped when you were tired, you would never get it. You have to stop when you're done. Full IB forces you to stay positive, work hard, and make it happen. No one's going to get that diploma for you. You have to do it for yourself. Another quote is don't stop until you are proud. Kind of going along the same lines, but when I hold my diploma in my hand, I will be so proud of myself because I know how hard I worked to get there. Nothing worth having comes easy. The IB diploma is not easy. I'm warning you that now. It is very hard. But the best way to predict the future is to create it. IB has taught me many life lessons that I will use in the future, and they are never anything that I will ever be able to forget. And that's something that I can thank IB for. The last quote I had is, the harder you work for something, the greater you will feel once you achieve it. And this is 100% true for IB, because you will work your butt off, but once you get your IB diploma, it will feel so good. November of your junior year and March of your senior year suck. This is when a lot of your IAs are due and you feel beyond stressed. Just make it through these few months and you will be fine. It is really about this point where you will start to question whether all of this is really worth it. Now, here are some simple tips for succeeding in IB. Know your strengths and weaknesses and play off of those. If you know you're good at something, do it. And if you know you're bad at something, don't do it. Don't take the classes you're not good at. It's also important to establish goals. Goals like getting the diploma, getting an A in my class, or even if it's as simple as make it through today. Because as silly as it sounds, that is a goal that some people need to have. IB has also really taught me how to develop a time management system, because I have had so many things that I need to get done. It's really important that I allow myself enough time to do it. And off of that, I have to stay on top of things, on top of time and assignments, because in IB, your teachers won't hold your hand to make sure you get everything done. And I know people say this a lot, but study. I hate studying, but it's really gonna come bite you in the butt if you don't do it. Some classes, you need to remember things for 2 years, so studying is critical. And don't be afraid to ask for help if you're struggling in any classes. It doesn't make you any less of a person, and people really aren't gonna judge you like you think they are. And most importantly, don't give up. IB is hard, but you got this. And another thing you need to do over the next 2 years is maintain your sanity. I highly suggest making a to-do list. Here's mine. And cross off the things once you get them done, because it gives you a sense of pride. I also like making mine pretty because it doesn't make me feel so overwhelmed. And set short and long-term goals. Long-term goals such as getting your diploma or uploading all your IAs onto eCoursework by the end of your senior year, or short-term goals such as finishing all your homework in one night, because I know some nights that's really hard. And don't think that IB is your life. If you don't get the diploma, you're gonna be fine. Don't stress too much about it. There are more important things in your life that you need to worry about. And as I said earlier, that IB is challenging. It's meant to be challenging. So you're gonna wanna talk to people who are going through the same thing as you, your friends, family who have done IB, because there's power in numbers. Suffering in numbers helps you feel not so alone. And if you don't really have many close friends going through the same thing as you, talk to the people in your TOK class, because in order to be in TOK, you have to be full IB. And they're always going to know what you're going through because they're going through the exact same thing. Also, it's okay to sometimes just not care. This is a normal emotion and it's just fine. It's something that everyone feels every once in a while. And sometimes you just need to not care so much just to make sure that you're getting through what you need to get through. And school should not make you hate yourself or make you hate your life. And if you're getting to that point where it is making you hate yourself or hate your life, it means it's time to take a step back and take some time for yourself. There was a time my senior year in March when I had 4 IAs due in the same week, and I cried 5 times in one day at school, And I realized that I just could not go to IBAP because that just wasn't happening. And I realized that being at school was just not worth it anymore. And in order to maintain my sanity, I needed to go home because I know that my health is more important than being in school, and missing one class isn't going to hurt you. Now, I'm not advocating skipping class, but sometimes you need to realize that your health is more important than going to a certain class. And to finish, there are some random things that I want to leave you with, such as TOK is actually fun and CAS is not that bad. You do a lot of the stuff you do in CAS anyway, and while some classes suck, they create a lot of great memories, and I've had some of my best memories in econ of all classes. And I've also experienced this a lot at the end of senior year. Sometimes you're going to have so much going on in your life that you've just gotten to the point of you are beyond stressed, so you just have to laugh it off because you are now aware that that is what your life has come to. You live in a perpetual chaotic state of stress. And as I stated in my story about IBAP, crying is okay. It is a natural emotion and it really cleans the soul. So if you're really feeling down, just give it a good cry and you will be okay. You will get through it, and full IB, it will be worth it. So lastly, I wish you the best of luck on this crazy IB adventure that you are about to embark on.